Hi there everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night in episode 105. I hope you're all doing well. It's great to be back. I had a week off last week. Do say hello in the chat if you're watching. I can see Sue and the Donuts are there already saying good evening all. Hope you're all doing well and yeah, thank you for being here. I appreciate it is Valentine's Day, so some people might have other plans this evening, but the quiz is going on. And speaking of the quiz, we have got of course Abby and Ruben's question coming up, but which one, or is it both of them this evening that will be asking that first question to kick the show off? We've then got 3 more quiz rounds for you as per usual. So the rounds we're going to do tonight are a Valentine's, love and marriage kind of themed round, which is potluck general knowledge but with that theme running through it. We're going to do a mystery year round as well, so again another potluck round, but all of the questions will be connected to a particular year, so you'll get a bonus point if you can work out the year that happens in. And we've got a potluck round to follow up after that, so more general knowledge to end the quiz portion of the show. We've then got a couple of game show rounds to play, something a bit different at the very end this evening, not your usual catchphrase that we do, something a little bit different, but something I've been doing elsewhere which has proven quite popular, so I wanted to see how you guys got on with it this evening as well. But we do have our survey says coming up as well before the end of the evening. Right, some more comments are coming in then. We've got Chris, hello from chilly Blackpool, chilly but pleasant Blackpool, lovely, and Eric as well there with you. Evening everyone, he says thank you for joining. We've got a few other people watching, feel free to say hi in the chat. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it is lovely to get those conversations going. And with that said, let's go to our first segment of the evening, which is Abby and Rue's question. But who of my kids are going to ask that question this evening? Who have we got? We've got both the kids then this evening. Abby and Ruben are here. Say hi everybody.
Hi.
Okay, I'm going to bring their question up. I don't think you've even seen it this evening, mate, have you?
No, we haven't.
Abby, I think Abby knows what it is. I'm going to bring it up on screen now. They're going to ask it. This is the only time I'll ask you this evening to put the answer to a question in the comments. Whoever gets it right, because we've only got a few people watching this evening. Good evening to Ed as well. Thank you for joining us. You'll like the game we're going to do at the end in particular, Ed, by the way. I know because you've been commenting on it before. That might be a hint for you. I'm going to bring up the kids' question. Everybody who gets it right tonight will get bonus points that they could give themselves at the end of any of the quiz rounds this evening. There's the question. It is connected to Valentine's Day. Abby, you're going to ask this one?
Cupid is the Roman god of love. Who is the Greek god equivalent? Is it A, Ares, B, Eros, C, Venus, or D, Aphrodite?
Okay, if Cupid is the Roman god of love, who is the Greek equivalent? Have a guess then, guys, in the comments. And, oh, Andy's saying hi as well, and Maddie's here as well this evening. Glad you could make it. Have a guess in the comments. Everybody who gets it right gets a bonus point, and Ruben in a minute will be revealing the answer. And I'll make sure that we bring that up on screen as well. Okay, all right. We have got some guesses coming in. So we've got Chris is saying B. We've got Sue and the Donuts saying B. Eric's gone with Venus. Anybody else want to have a guess at this question? Let me know. Maddie's going with Eros. Last few seconds, if anybody else wants to have a guess at this question, get yourself some bonus points. Andy's going with D. All right, so let's see who's going to get it correct then. Yes, I've got a chat here as well, actually. I've got it on multiple screens this evening. Well, that reminds me of something else I want to tell people in a bit. Right, I'm going to reveal the answer. Ruben, are you ready to tell them?
Yeah.
It'll point to it on screen. Here we go. The answer is...
Eros!
Eros. That is the correct answer. So, in the chat then, let's see who said B then, because that was the correct one. So, we have Chris, yeah? Yeah, Chris has said B. And who's this one?
Sue.
Sue and the Donuts, they said B. And also we have... Maddie, she said Eros as well. So the 3 of you can have a bonus point there to add on to your scores at the quiz rounds throughout the evening. There we go. That's it, guys. Thank you for helping. You don't want to leave. Well, you can go watch it on Mummy's phone if you want. Yeah.
No, he has to go to bed.
Oh, he's got to go
because
to bed.
Me and Mummy are watching Wednesday.
Ah, you're watching Wednesday. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Well, you're going to get to stay up bit later, aren't you? Tomorrow, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Or maybe another day because you're half term this week. All right. Say goodbye, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for helping. That's Abby and Rue's question, everybody. Right then. Okay, so we're going to move on to the first round of the evening then. Just a quick housekeeping thing before we carry on. The last couple of weeks we have had a couple of technical problems. There was a glitch in the system, which meant that although you could see everything fine, something happened here on my screen which meant I couldn't. And that made it very tricky to finish the quiz off. We did get there in the end, but just a word of warning, that did happen, which is why last week's, or the week before even, why that quiz was split into 2 parts. That's why, really annoying. I think I've got a way around it though, so if it does happen tonight, I might have a way around it, but hopefully I can just carry on regardless. I've made it a bit simpler for myself this evening, so yeah, we should be okay regardless, but I will let you know, of course, if there's any issues, and let me know if there's any problems, but hopefully we'll be fine tonight. So love and marriage is the first question round. We've got a few more comments to go to. Let me just check. Jew says, sorry we're a bit late. Oh, that's okay, but they made it. Good evening to you. I'm glad you're here. Rats, Andy says, long time since I did my Greek gods. Yeah, the thing is, the answer's there. I did say, the question says Greek god, not goddess. So I did put a couple of the goddesses of Roman and Greek love as well. So yeah, Cupid is the Roman god and Eros is the Greek god. So the goddesses is probably where some of you were slipped up there, because they do have male and female equivalents, you see. Jan's here as well. He says, good evening, everyone. Good luck with the questions, and thank you, Chris, for hosting the quiz on this special day. Yeah, well, I mean, it's special perhaps for some other people, more so than us. We don't really do much for it. We try and show our love all the time. We don't need to have a specific day, of course. But no, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Of course, I wouldn't have hosted the quiz if Chrissy wanted us to do something special. That's absolutely fine either way. But no, we were fine with it this time. And thank you all for playing along with the kids' question. All right. So, 15 questions then on a love, marriage, Valentine's kind of theme. 1 point for each correct answer. I'll do repeats at the end. Don't put anything in the comments now in terms of your guesses. Keep them to yourself. Keep the chat going by all means. But you don't need to put any guesses in the comments anymore. And you can mark your own scores at the end when I reveal the answers. And again, I'll do repeats at the end as well. Here we go. Question number 1 is for 3 points. Tom Cruise has married which 3 women? For 3 points, Tom Cruise has married which 3 women? Question number 2 is also for 3 points. Take That have had a UK top 10 hit single with which 3 songs that have the word love in the title? Take That have had a UK top 10 hit single with which 3 songs that have the word love in the title? The key phrase there is top 10. They have had more songs, which I'll go into when I do the answers, that have been in the charts with love in the title, but not the top 10. They've only had 3 that have been in the top 10. So name those for 1 point each. Question number 3 now. Question 3. Ekin-Su and Davide, or Davide, won which TV competition in 2022? Ekin-Su? I think it's Ekin-Su. Ekin-Su and Davide won which TV competition? Think about the theme for the round, in 2022. So last year they were the winners. In case it wasn't obvious, I'm not a fan. But if you are, that's absolutely fine, and you've got yourself a point here, I'm sure. Question 4 is for 3 points again. Who had the original UK hits with songs called My Heart Will Go On, I Got You Babe, and Crazy in Love? Who had the original UK hits with songs called My Heart Will Go On, I Got You Babe, and Crazy in Love? 3 different artists or groups, 1 point for each. If there's any of those you think might be featuring somebody, I'm not going to give you bonus points for that. You just need to tell me the main artist or group, okay? The one it was credited to. For 3 points in total. Right. Question number 5 now. Question 5. Which Disney movie was advertised as the most beautiful love story ever told? Which Disney movie was advertised as the most beautiful love story ever told? By the way, you didn't remind me in the chat, I do have conundrums for you again this evening. There we go. If you can work out the conundrum, you can have 2 bonus points this evening for each round. There'll be 3 different ones again. If you can work out the conundrums, some of them are obviously going to be more obvious than others. But yes, if you can work out that conundrum, you get yourself a couple of bonus points. Question 5 again. Which Disney movie was advertised as the most beautiful love story ever told? Question number 6 now. Question 6. Who played the title role in the film Shakespeare in Love? Who played the title role in the film Shakespeare in Love? For 1 point there. We're looking for the actor's first name and surname for the full point. Question 7. What gifts should you traditionally give for the first, second and third wedding anniversaries? It does vary in different countries, but I'm talking about the UK version of this, okay? What gifts should you traditionally give for the first, second and third wedding anniversaries? Or what materials should they be made of, we should say, for their first, second and third? You don't need to put them in the right order, just name the 3. I'll give you the order when we go through the answers as usual, but yeah, you don't need to put them in the correct order for this. You do gifts for anniversaries in the UK? Wedding anniversaries, Jan. Yes, we do. There's 2 lists. There's a traditional list, which is, literally traditional, and then there's a modern list, which is ridiculous. But the traditional list, yeah, not for every single year, but there is a traditional material given that you should buy or give as a gift for that anniversary to each other, or from family sometimes, depending on what it is, I guess. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's really stuck to too much these days, and until you get to the big milestones. Jan says, I share the household and bank account. That's enough of a present. Amazing. All right. Your next question is question number 8. Question 8. Edward VIII abdicated the throne of England to marry which woman? Edward VIII abdicated the throne of England to marry which woman? Yeah, some of them it's a bit more of a joke these days, or maybe that's just the relationship I have with Chrissy, that sometimes I think we've joked about what could be the gift if that was what the material was that we're supposed to buy for each other. But yeah, it's a very traditional thing. Question number 9. We're back on Shakespeare for number 9. What were the surnames of William Shakespeare's 2 star-crossed lovers? 1 point for each. What were the surnames of William Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers? 1 point for each. I'll let you off if you get it the wrong way round for them as well. You just need to name the surnames for this one. Question 10. In which novel by Margaret Mitchell does Scarlett O'Hara fall for Rhett Butler? In which novel by Margaret Mitchell does Scarlett O'Hara fall for Rhett Butler? Really pleased with the turnout we've got this evening, guys. We've everybody that said they could attend has attended, which is always nice to see. And those that normally do that aren't here tonight sent me some lovely messages just explaining that they couldn't be here. Honestly, you don't have to tell me that you can't be here. It is nice to hear these messages, though, in general. I just appreciate those who can be here, if you can, when you can, it's just great. But yeah, we are missing tonight Pinky in the Brain, who will be catching up in the week, and Diva can't be here. Her work life is very, very busy at the minute, so sending our love and thinking of them both. Missing them, of course, but still, great turnout all the same. Which is even better because it was Valentine's Day and I was really worried we wouldn't get you guys turning up tonight, so thank you all. Alright, question 11. You've got another 3 points for this one. Question 11. According to a poll held online in 2022, yes, I've updated it since then, which are the 3 most romantic cities in Europe? Again, you don't have to put them in order, but according to an online poll held by a travel company who will remain nameless because I don't have sponsors here, which are the 3 most romantic cities in Europe? This is as of the end of last year. All right, so you can put them in any order, but what do you think are the 3 most romantic cities? 1 point for each. Name the cities, please, for that one. Question 12 now. Question 12. Which character was Lady Chatterley's lover? Which character was Lady Chatterley's lover? It was just known by the surname for this one, but you can give me the full name if you really wanted to show off, but just the surname is fine because that's what he's known as. Which character was Lady Chatterley's lover? That is question 12. Right then, the next question is question 13. What does the lovers acronym SWALK mean? What does the lovers acronym SWALK mean? No, it's not rude. If you don't know, I'm going to put it in the chat now. That's how it's spelled. SWALK. Just to be absolutely clear, it is in the chat as well. What does it mean? What does those letters stand for? This is a 1 point question because really, if you know it, you should be able to say what it all is. So normally I do 1 point for each correct word for these things, but for this kind of thing, no, I think we'll keep it as 1 point. Although some of you might be wishing I said differently now. Worth a guess though if you don't know, and I'd love to know what your guesses are in the chat if you have no idea. Question 14 is for 3 points. You're forgiven if you don't get any points here as well. Kim Kardashian, immediately I switch off. Kim Kardashian married which 3 men? 1 point for each. Kim Kardashian married which 3 men? Just the one more question to go. Another multiple point one for you. But have a think about that one for now. And if you need any repeats, let me know in the chat. I will gladly do that for you once we've gone through this last question. So question 14 again. Kim Kardashian married which 3 men? 1 point for each. Question 15. Which actors were in love with Meg Ryan in the films called Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, and City of Angels? 1 point for each. Which actors were in love with Meg Ryan in the films called Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, and City of Angels? Okay. Don't forget to have a go working out the countdown conundrum at the bottom there. And let me know now in the chat if you would like any repeats. SWOG isn't rude as an acronym, but Norwich is. The N should be a K though, really. Well, I haven't got a clue what that means, but if it is rude, I'd ask that you message me separately so I can have a laugh about it without it being in the chat. I can't think what that could be. You've got me there. But the N should be a K though, really. Okay. No, I'm not even going to try and work out now. I could be here all evening and you'll be staring silently at the screen. It'll be very boring. But thank you for this one. Yeah, you'll have to let me know. Send me a message after the show or something. It's not that rude. Oh, Chris knows it. Oh, great, okay. Yeah, better to be safe than sorry. It's all right. I always like learning new things as well. It's one of the reasons I enjoy doing this, because I discover new things as well. Okay, does anybody want any questions repeated, or are we all good there? Because I will go through the answers if you're all good. Just give you a couple more seconds there. Something else to be aware of. Can I please repeat question 15? Yes, I can. All right, I'll repeat question 15 and then I'll tell you that thing I was going to say. So, question 15 again. Which actors were in love with Meg Ryan in the films called Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally, and City of Angels? 3 different actors, 1 point for each. So, yeah, what was I going to say? If you are a Patreon follower, you're going to want to keep an eye on the Patreon Facebook group if you support me there, because I'm going to be sharing a video which some of you have asked for over the years, actually, but because I'm now where I am, it's more relevant. I've recorded a very short video just to give you a little bit of a whistle-stop tour of my new office setup, so you can see what things look like from where I'm sat rather than where you are, where you only see this. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to be posting it in the Patreon group after the show. And then maybe next week or something, I'll post it in the Top Fan group. But I wanted to give Patreons that exclusivity, something exciting and different to post in the group. So you're going to get to have a look at my setup here and how things work. It's only about 30 seconds to a minute. It's nothing in depth, but it's just so you get a little view behind the scenes. Okay? Right, so I'm going to go through the answers now then, everybody, for this first round. Now, right, question number 1. For 3 points, Tom Cruise married which 3 women? We've got Mimi Rogers, Nicole Kidman, and Katie Holmes for 3 points. Question 2 for another 3 points. Take That have had a UK top 10 hit single with which 3 songs that have the word love in their titles? So the 3 that I'm looking for here are A Million Love Songs, How Deep Is Your Love, and Love Ain't Here Anymore. If you put Love Love, which is the other one they've done with love in their title, that got to number 15 in 2011. So it's not a top 10 song, no points for that one. But Million Love Songs, How Deep Is Your Love, and Love Ain't Here Anymore for 3 points. Question 3, Ekin Su and Davide won which TV competition in 2022? They were the couple that won Love Island. Question 4, who had the original UK hits with songs called My Heart Will Go On, I Got You Babe, and Crazy in Love? My Heart Will Go On is by Celine Dion, that's from Titanic, of course. I Got You Babe is Sonny and Cher. And Crazy in Love is Beyonce featuring Jay-Z. But Beyonce is enough at that point there. Question 5. Which Disney movie was advertised as the most beautiful love story ever told? It is Beauty and the Beast. Question 6. Who played the title role in the film Shakespeare in Love? That is Joseph Fiennes. Question 7. What gifts would you traditionally give for the first, second and third wedding anniversaries? For the first, it's something paper. For the second, it's cotton. And for the third, it's leather. Jan says, have you heard that I've got you with Beavis and Butthead? No, I haven't, but I do enjoy Beavis and Butthead, so I will look it up. Crazy in Love by Eminem? No. No, afraid not. No. Did he do... What? You've thrown me there. He didn't do Crazy in Love. Beyonce, Crazy in Love. I'm going to move on. You've confused me there. Did he do a song called that? I don't think so. Is it? I don't know. No, you have to share something with me. I'm not sure. All right. The next question was question 8. Edward VIII abdicated the throne so he could marry Wallis Simpson. Or just Mrs. Simpson was actually enough for that one. But yeah, Wallis Simpson in particular. Question 9. William Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers are Romeo Montague and Juliet Capulet, or Capulet, for 2 points. Just the surnames, 1 point for each. Question 10. In which novel by Margaret Mitchell does Scarlett O'Hara fall for Rhett Butler? There is a film of it as well. It's Gone with the Wind. Question 11. According to a poll held for readers of a particular travel company, shall we say, last year, which are the 3 most romantic cities in Europe? Paris was 3rd, then Monaco, which is a new addition to this list of top 3s, and Lisbon is the most romantic according to this poll. So again, you could put them in any order, but Lisbon, Monaco and Paris for 3 points. Question 12. Which character was Lady Chatterley's lover? It is Mellors, or Oliver Mellors, the gamekeeper. Question 13. Swalk, sealed with a loving kiss. SWALK stands for sealed with a loving kiss. Typically written on the back of an envelope. Question 14. Kim Kardashian married which 3 men? They are Kanye West, Chris Humphries and Damon Thomas for 3 points. And question 15, the 3 Meg Ryan movies. I asked you about the actors she fell in love with in Sleepless in Seattle, When Harry Met Sally and City of Angels. So in Sleepless in Seattle, it's Tom Hanks. When Harry Met Sally, it's Billy Crystal. And in City of Angels, it's Nicolas Cage. And the answer for our countdown conundrum is Valentine. Keeping it on theme. Valentine for 2 extra points. Plus, if you want your Abby bonus point, Abby and Rue bonus, let me know how many you've got. Tally those scores up now. Let me know in the chat how well you did. Back in the comments, fun fact, William Shakespeare, Jan says, William Shakespeare's wife was named Anna Hathaway. The husband of modern actress Anna Hathaway looks like William Shakespeare. That's another thing I need to look up. That's amazing. Okay. He released one by the same title Eminem did, but that was also based on a song by Heart. Oh, okay. I feel like I should know it. I like Eminem's music. Maybe not so much his modern stuff. I'm not that familiar with, but I'll go back and check that as well. Sealed with a lick because a kiss doesn't stick. Okay, Chris, that's a good one. Donuts have got 25 points. Good score. 8 points for Jan for the round, plus 2 points for the Valentine puzzle. Yes, it was a good one. I had to keep it on topic, I thought, for this one. The others are totally random. But yeah. 20 plus 0 for Back in Black. Oh, man. Didn't get the countdown conundrum there. Never mind, but good score nonetheless. Only 18 for Eric and Blackpool Bar Stewards, the anagram. 18 plus the anagram for Blackpool Bar Stewards, so 20 in total. Very good. Ant says, hi Chris and the gang. Only 2 for the Brits. Only 2 of the Brits with 21 points. Oh, it's just the 2 of you again, but okay, I'm with you now. 21 points. See, you've all done really well there. You've all done well. Yeah, and I know there was a lot of, well, there's some questions there that were pretty UK specific, so as always, you do very well. And Maddie's messaged me about Norwich. Thank you. All right, I'll have a look. I will have a look. Is it coming up here? It is coming up here. Oh, no. All right, I can't look because it means I'm going to switch screens. I don't want to do that. It might mess things up. Okay, we are, though, going to move on to round number 2, which is our Mystery Year round. So more bonus points up for grabs with this one. Okay, let's bring up your countdown conundrum as well. There we go. There's your conundrum for this round. 2 points if you get that right. And I'll give you a bonus point for this round if you can work out the year all of these things happened. It's an entertainment quiz round, but it's all from one particular year, and it's post 2000. That's all I'm going to say. So it's since the year 2000, right up to date. It's one of those years. So that'll narrow it down for you. Probably won't help much at all because you'll probably work that out with the first question. But just so you're clear, that's the kind of range we're looking at, all right? So 15 questions, 1 point for each, just like every other quiz round, but a bonus point if you can work out the year. Okay. Question number 1 then. Which celebrity punched his producer in a row over a steak and then went on to run his own farm? Which celebrity punched his producer in a row over a steak and then went on to run his own farm? Okay, question number 2 is for 3 points. In this particular year, who had hits with One Dance, 7 Years, and Cheap Thrills? In this particular year, who had hits with One Dance, 7 Years, and Cheap Thrills? 1 point for each again there. Those were, by the way, if you've not heard of any of those songs, those were the top 3 songs in the UK from that particular year. So 1 point for each of the artists or groups that released them. I'll say them again for you. One Dance, 7 Years, and Cheap Thrills. Think of the artist or group that released them. Anything after featuring, if there is any of that in these 3, again, not fussed about that. The main artist or group is what we're looking for. Question 3 now. Question 3. What colour shorts was Gary Lineker wearing when he stripped on Match of the Day? What colour shorts was Gary Lineker wearing when he stripped on Match of the Day? I'd love to know, also in the comments by the end of this round, which question was it that gave away for you what the year was? There's no extra points for that. I'm just curious to know what it was that made you go, it must have been then. We shall see how you do. Question 4. Which actor showed us Extraordinary Beasts and Where to Find Them? Which actor showed us Extraordinary Beasts and Where to Find Them? Question 5 now is for 2 points. Question number 5. Who were announced as the first 2 presenters on the newly revamped Top Gear? Who were announced as the first 2 presenters on the newly revamped Top Gear? 1 point for each again. Question 6 is for a further 2 points. Who received the Academy Awards for Best Actor for the film Revenant and for Best Actress for Room? Obviously both in the same year. Who received the Academy Awards for Best Actor for The Revenant and Best Actress for Room. 1 point for each. After question 1, I thought, hooray, I know a UK-based question, and that was it. No known answers since then. Well, I mean, I can give you a tiny little hint. Question 3, I'm just asking you to guess a colour. So you can guess that, and you never know, you might be right. And then the rest, I can't really help you with, unless you just want to start naming random celebrities. But again, you never know. This is something they said, actually. I was going to mention this later. The latest TikTok video that I filmed was not a quiz question or questions. It was top 5 top tips if you're thinking of attending a pub quiz. Or the first of 5 top tips at least. So I've given you the first 5. It's doing all right, actually, as far as my TikToks have gone lately. And one of those tips is about not leaving answers blank, because if you leave an answer blank, you've definitely got it wrong. Whereas if you have a guess, you might have something, and the worst that can happen is you've got it wrong. Well, you were going to get it wrong anyway if you left it blank. So yeah, it's funny that you should bring that up. It's always worth a guess. But yeah. Let's go to the next question then. Question 7. What is the title of the Justin Timberlake song made for the Trolls movie soundtrack? What is the title of the Justin Timberlake song made for the Trolls movie soundtrack? Question number 8 now for 3 points. Benedict Cumberbatch, Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland played which Marvel comic book characters on film all in this year? Benedict Cumberbatch, Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland played which Marvel comic book characters on film all in this year? Okay. Question number 9 now. Question 9. Which TV channel launched a nude dating show called Naked Attraction? Which TV channel launched a nude dating show called Naked Attraction? Question number 10 now. Question 10. Which detective solved the case of the Abominable Bride? Which detective solved the case of the Abominable Bride? Question 11 now. Question 11. Which TV series caused Beth Tweddle's fractured vertebrae? Which TV series caused Beth Tweddle's fractured vertebrae? Okay, question 12 now. Question 12. Candice Brown won which reality TV competition in this year? Candice Brown won which reality TV competition in this year? Right, question number 13 now. Question 13. Martin Hughes Games was sacked from which TV show for allegedly being too white and middle class? Martin Hughes Games was sacked from which TV show for allegedly being too white and middle class? Your last two questions for this round are both worth 3 points. Question number 14. Put these movies into the correct order with the most money at the global box office first. Finding Dory, Captain America Civil War, and Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. For 3 points, put these movies into the correct order with the most money earned at the global box office first. Finding Dory, Captain America Civil War, and Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Those were also the top 3 movies at the global box office as well. So put them in order, most money earned globally first. Finding Dory, Captain America Civil War, and Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. That's question 14. And finally, question 15. Who played the roles of Queen Victoria, Ross Poldark, and the Night Manager on UK TV to much critical acclaim, all in this mystery year? Who played the roles of Queen Victoria, Ross Poldark, and the Night Manager on UK television to much critical acclaim, all in this mystery year? So that's for a final 3 points. But remember, you get a bonus point if you get the year correct. And you get a bonus point as well if you guess the countdown conundrum. Can you work out what that spells? And then, of course, if you haven't already, you could use your Abby bonus for those who got it at the start. Abby and Rue, I should say. Use that bonus point as well. Let me know if you want any repeats. And a reminder to anybody watching, or to let anybody new that's watching, I do these quiz shows pretty much every week on a Tuesday night, with the exception of the last Tuesday of the month, where I do a private quiz night for those who support me on Patreon. If you want to do that, it's a very small monthly fee, and it just goes towards the continued running and improving of the quiz, really. And you can go back and see all the videos I've done over the years if you wanted to have a look at some and see how it's changed, because it has grown and changed quite a lot in terms of how I present to you. So it all is very well spent, hard-earned money. I hope you agree. So thank you again to those who support me there. So if you can't afford it, it's no problem. Just carry on enjoying the quiz for fun, because I host these for fun and I do enjoy it a lot. So thank you for that. But if you would like to know more where you can support me, or if you want to just follow me on a different social media platform, the link is in the description of this video, as it is with every video. So do have a look and follow me there if you don't mind. Okay, no more repeats have come in. So we can just go straight through the answers then. See how well you did. Many multiple point questions again here. So yes, don't forget to have a final look at that countdown conundrum as well. See if you can work it out by the time I've gone through these. Right, question number 1. Which celebrity punched his producer in a row over a steak and went on to run his own farm is Jeremy Clarkson. Clarkson, actually, his farm show, I really enjoyed the first series, and the second series I think is either out now, or yeah, I'm sure it's out now. I haven't started watching it yet. I'm sure I saw it was out now. So yeah, regardless of what you think of him, apparently the show is very good for raising awareness as to the farming problems that are happening across the UK at the moment. So raising awareness is enough to make me want to watch it, because that's quite a big thing at the moment. Question 2. In this year, who had hits with One Dance, 7 Years, and Cheap Thrills? Full disclosure, I had not heard of the first 2 answers either, if you struggled with this one. Well, actually, no, I'd heard of the first one, but I hadn't heard either of the songs, I should say. So One Dance is by Drake, who I had heard of, featuring Wizkid and Kyla. No idea. 7 Years is by Lucas Graham. No. And Cheap Thrills is by Sia. I do know that one. Question 3. What colour shorts was Gary Lineker wearing when he stripped on Match of the Day? He wore white shorts. They were Leicester City football shorts, which he won because I think he bet that Leicester City wouldn't win the league, and if they did, then he was going to just strip and wear shorts for the whole show, or for most of the show, and he did. In fairness, he stuck to it. Question 4. Jan says 7 Years by Sully. No, I recommend listening to that one. Okay, all right, thank you. All right, so question 4. Extraordinary Beasts and Where to Find Them. The actor was Eddie Redmayne. Question 5. The first 2 presenters on the newly revamped Top Gear to be announced were Chris Evans, the radio DJ, not the Captain America actor, and Matt LeBlanc. 1 point for each. Matt LeBlanc, aka Joey and Friends, of course. Question 6. Who received the Academy Awards for Best Actor for The Revenant and Best Actress for Room? Leonardo DiCaprio won for The Revenant and Brie Larson won for Room. Question 7. What's the title of the Justin Timberlake song made for the Trolls movie soundtrack? It is Can't Stop the Feeling. It's a fun little party song. Can't Stop the Feeling. Question 8. Benedict Cumberbatch, Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland played which Marvel comic book characters on film all in this year? It was a good year. It was a good year for superhero movies. Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange movie starring Benedict Cumberbatch. The first Deadpool movie starring Ryan Reynolds. And for Tom Holland, he played Spider-Man in a movie we'll talk about at the end of these answers, Captain America Civil War. Question 9 now. Question 9. Which TV channel launched a nude dating show called Naked Attraction? It was on Channel 4. Question 10. Which detective solved the case of the Abominable Bride? That was Sherlock Holmes. Question 11. Which TV series caused Beth Tweddle's fractured vertebrae? It was The Jump. Question 12. Candice Brown won which reality TV competition in this year? It was The Great British Bake Off. Question 13. Martin Hughes Games was sacked from Countryfile because he was too white and middle class, allegedly. Question 14. Put these movies into the correct order. The most money at the global box office first. So, in the first place, they all made over $1 billion, of course, globally. First place was Captain America Civil War. Second place was Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. That's brilliant. Civil War's good too. And Finding Dory, therefore, is third. So Captain America first, Rogue One, then Finding Dory. 1 point for each that's in the correct order. And finally, question 15. Who played the roles of Queen Victoria, Ross Poldark, and the Night Manager on UK TV in this year? So Queen Victoria was played by Jenna Coleman, who used to be on Doctor Who, for those who don't know who she is. Ross Poldark was Aidan Turner, and the Night Manager, Tom Hiddleston, Loki, from the Marvel movies and shows. Okay, that is the end of those. Tally up those scores. The answer for the Countdown Conundrum was Whirlpool. Couple of points if you get that one correct. And the year, can I repeat the answer for question 12? Yes, I can. Candice Brown won the Great British Bake Off. That was number 12. The year, for an extra point again, was 2016. 2016, all of that happened. Let me know how well you got on there in terms of your scores. 2 points for Whirlpool if you got that correct. 1 point if you got 2016 as well. Your Abby and Rue bonus point if you still haven't spent that one. And also, was there any question in particular that made you realise what year it was? Or was it just an educated guess? Let me know in the comments. And we'll move on to our final full question round of the evening. Our potluck round in just a moment. Okay, let's see. We've got some answers in there, some team scores in, I should say. Jan says 8 points for this round, 2 points for Whirlpool, well done. 1 point for the year, and 1 more point compared to the previous round. Excellent, well done. Ant says 13 points all in all for Brazilians. Okay, well done. Not bad. The Donuts have got another 20 points. Good effort there, team. Back in Black have got 18. Maddie's got 15 points there. Good stuff. And Blackpool Bar Stewards, 14 plus 2 and 1 year out of the Blackpool Bar for the Blackpool Bar Stewards. Good. Okay. Good stuff. All right, well, let's move on to our next round then, shall we? Okay, so round number 3 then is a potluck round. So this will be complete general knowledge. Anything goes here, any subject, any theme. And your countdown conundrum is right there. So good luck with that one as we work our way through this question round. And then we're on to our 2 game shows after that. So 15 questions again, 1 point for each correct answer unless otherwise stated. Here we go with question number 1. What metal is the Statue of Liberty made from? What metal is the Statue of Liberty made from? Question number 2. Which currencies are used in India, Gibraltar and Bulgaria? Which currencies are used in India, Gibraltar and Bulgaria? Yeah. Do I accept the answer green metal for the Statue of Liberty? No, but it's interesting you chose that colour. Why could it be that colour as a clue? Have a think about that. That might give you an indication as to what metal it is. Maybe it doesn't help at all, but there's a reason it's that colour. Okay, question 3 now. This one's for 3 points. What does the medical abbreviation ENT stand for in UK medicine? What does the medical abbreviation ENT stand for? I will just quickly put that in the chat. There we go. ENT. So for 3 points there, what does that stand for? Question number 4 now. Question number 4. How many ways are there to win at noughts and crosses? How many ways are there to win at noughts and crosses? Might need a bit more thinking time with that one, maybe. Question 5. Is a Texas Blue Lacy a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Is a Texas Blue Lacy a type of dog, pig, or cheese? Question number 6 for 3 more points. Which 3 cities can you find in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Which 3 cities could you find in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Question number 7 now. Question 7 for 2 more points. Which celebrity couple were called Billary by the tabloid press? Which celebrity couple were called Billary by the tabloid press? 1 point for each. Question number 8 is for 2 points here. 2 points if you get this right. In which decade was MTV launched? In which decade was MTV launched? Guess the right decade, you can have 2 points. MTV as in music television. Not that there was much music on it. Especially not through more recent years, when I used to watch it as well. Less and less music on it as the years went by. Question number 9 now. Question 9. What is Ikebana to the Japanese people? What is Ikebana to the Japanese people? It's Ikebana. Putting a lot in the chat tonight. But if it helps you out to see it written down, there it is. Question number 10. Question 10 is for 5 points. Actually, I might do a different one for that one. He says, I'm switching between my quizzes for these rounds, and unfortunately, the one I was about to use, I didn't proofread this one, and it's a bit rude. It's one from the pub, and I wouldn't say that over here. So no, I was going to do a chemical elements one, but it spells something rude. I'm going to do a different one for you. Here it is. Okay, your next question. I'll come back to Jan's comment in a minute. Which authors created the fictional places called Rivendell, Ankh-Morpork and Narnia? 1 point for each. That's a bit more family friendly. Which authors created the fictional places called Rivendell, Ankh-Morpork and Narnia? 1 point for each. Name the authors, please. I forget sometimes we have those kinds of questions. So that was question number 10 for you. For 3 points there, which authors created the fictional places called Rivendell, Ankh-Morpork and Narnia? 3 different authors, 1 point for each. Question 11 now, question 11. What words do Americans use to describe what we call a rucksack, a tap, and an undertaker? What words do Americans use to describe what we call a rucksack, a tap, and an undertaker? So Jan says, Ikebana reminded me of a Friends episode where Joey was making an advert for lipstick for men. Yes. Ichiban. Yeah, that's so funny. My favourite authors of all time. Thank you for this question and the memories it raised. Oh, good. Well, there you go. You've got some guaranteed points there, making up for the very UK-specific previous rounds. Good. I'm glad you appreciate that one. That was a very quick substitution of questions. Okay. Right. So that one's for 3 points there again for question 11. Question 12 is also for 3 points. Put these toys into the correct order with the earliest sold in the UK first. We've got Buzz Lightyear, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Beanie Babies. Buzz Lightyear, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Beanie Babies. So put them in order with the earliest sold in the UK first. I imagine it's very similar if they were sold elsewhere around the world anyway. Again, Jan, and for anybody else watching that's not from the UK. Those are the choices though. Put them in order. Earliest sold in the UK first. So, Buzz Lightyear, Beanie Babies, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Question 13 now. True or false? American presidential elections take place on a Wednesday. They always happen on the same day, but true or false, American presidential elections take place on a Wednesday. True or false? Question 14, 3 more points again. In which family board games could you find the characters called Cavity Sam, Dr. Black, and Uncle Pennybags? I feel like I've asked questions about these collectively and independently many times. I'm hoping you've heard them before and I've got points here. In which family board games could you find the characters named Cavity Sam, Dr. Black, and Uncle Pennybags? One more question to go. And it is for final 3 points. Question 15. Which sibling is the eldest between these 3 families? Ed or David Miliband, Andy or Jamie Murray, Beyonce and Solange Knowles. Which sibling is the eldest between Ed or David Miliband? Choose one of those. Andy or Jamie Murray? One of those. And Beyonce or Solange Knowles? For 3 final points. Make sure you've had a guess at the Countdown Conundrum as well. I think it's, for me, this is a bit trickier, this one, to work out. But you do still get 2 points if you get it correct. And the final opportunity this is to use your Abby bonus point if you haven't done so already. So don't forget to do that when we get to the answers. Does anybody need a question repeated? Let me know, please. And then we shall go through the answers. And then we'll move on to our game shows round. Don't think there's much else to update you on whilst I waste time while you have a bit more thinking time. I have been posting more generally. Question 10 for the donuts. Okay, yeah, I have been posting more across social media lately. More on I tend to film more on TikTok and then share on Instagram, and then sometimes it likes to share them on Facebook as well for me. So you will be seeing more videos for me pop up. Okay, 10 and 6. Right, question 10. Question 10. Which authors created the fictional places called Rivendell, Ankh-Morpork, and Narnia? And question 6. Which 3 cities could you find in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Which 3 cities? Yeah, so I have been posting more. So if you do want more quiz content, there's been more on Lima. There's been more for audio quizzes, so you can listen to those on the go. And then the videos on TikTok, I've been making more of those and posting them everywhere else. So yeah, if you're ever bored for a moment, you want something to do, feel free to dive into some of my other content and have a go. Okay. Those are the repeats then. I am now going to go through the answers. Nobody else has asked for a repeat, so let's go through them. Right now, question number 1. What metal is the Statue of Liberty made from? It is copper, which goes green over time. So you were right to say at least that much there, Jan. I wonder if that helped you work it out. I think it's oxidization, isn't it, that makes it go green. Question 2. Which currencies are used in India, Gibraltar and Bulgaria? It is the Indian rupee, the Gibraltar pound and the Bulgarian lev. L-E-V. Question 3. What does the medical abbreviation ENT stand for in a UK hospital? It is ear, nose and throat. You go to see an ENT specialist. You are seeing somebody who specialises in your ears, nose and throat. Question 8. How many ways are there to win in noughts and crosses? There are 8. Jan says malachite is green. Okay, alright. Well, copper doesn't start out green. But it is now, at least. Your next question, yes, there are 8 ways to win in Noughts and Crosses, or tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to call it. Question 5, a Texas Blue Lacy is a dog. Question 6, the 3 cities that you can find in the NATO phonetic alphabet are Lima, Quebec, and Romeo. How many points for ENT? That is 3 points. You do get 1 point for each correct word for that one. Yes, 1 point for each on question 6 there as well. Lima, Quebec, and Romeo. Question 7, Billary, the couple as they were known by the tabloid press, is Bill and Hillary Clinton. So 2 points there. Bill and Hillary Clinton. 2 points again for this one. Which decade was MTV launched? It was in the 80s, 1980s. Sierra is also a city. Isn't that only part of the name though? That's not the full name. Isn't it Sierra Leone? Let's have a quick look. No. Where's Sierra? Sierra Leone's a country. Where is Sierra City? Sierra City, California is a census-designated place in Sierra County, California. Is it actually a city, or is it just called that? And do you mean somewhere else? Let's get this right, because I can give you a bonus. I'll give you a point for that one instead of, so it still stays as 3 points. Sierra Nevada. Where is Sierra City, Nevada? There we go. Oh. All right. It's called Sierra City. So yeah. Okay. All right. I will give you the point for Sierra City, but only if it keeps you at no more than 3 points, because I did only say it's for 3 points. Ant says Romeo, but Maddie quite rightly says Romeo isn't a city. Sierra Leone. Okay, no, you get 1 point for Sierra instead of one of the others. No more than 3 points, though, to be fair to everybody on that one. But thank you for that knowledge. I did not know that. Okay, right. Back to the answers then. Question number 9. What is ikebana to the Japanese people? Ikebana is flower arranging. Question 10. The 3 authors were J.R.R. Tolkien, who created Rivendell, which is from Lord of the Rings, Ankh-Morpork, which is from Terry Pratchett, and C.S. Lewis created the Chronicles of Narnia, so created Narnia as part of that. Okay, so those are the 3 points there for 11. Tolkien, Pratchett, and Lewis. Now, question 11 was... Sorry, that's question 10. Question 11. What words do Americans use to describe what we call a rucksack, a tap, and an undertaker? Their words for those are backpack, faucet, and mortician. Undertaker is slightly different, I think, in America. Question 12. Put these toys into the correct order with the earliest sold in the UK first. Those toys in the correct order: Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles, was in 1987. Beanie Babies came out in 1993, and then Buzz Lightyear in 1995. Question 13, true or false? American presidential elections take place on a Wednesday. That is false. They take place on a Tuesday. Question 14, in which family board games could you find the characters Cavity Sam, Dr. Black, and Uncle Pennybags? It is Operation Cluedo, because Dr. Black is the murder victim, and Uncle Pennybags is from Monopoly. He's the Monopoly guy. Okay, question 15. The eldest siblings are David Miliband, Jamie Murray, and Beyonce Knowles. David, Jamie, and Beyonce. Okay, the answer for the countdown conundrum this time, for 2 points, is paralysis. Very well done if you got that one right. Let's see how many you got there. Remember, this is the last opportunity to use your Abby and Rue bonus point. So please do add that on for those who managed to get that at the start of the evening. And let's tally up those scores and see how well you did. And then we're going to move on to the first one we're going to do tonight is Our Survey Says. So it's our Family Fortunes Inspired round. Okay, here we go. Scores are coming in. We've got 24 points there. 24 points plus 2 for the word puzzle. Well done, Jan. So 26 in total. Next up, we have Ant says 13 again for Britzillions. Donuts have got 26 points. Eric and the Blackpool Bar Stewards 26 and 2 extra points there for the Countdown Conundrum for Blackpool Bar Stewards. Well done. 25 points for Maddie. Okay, good stuff. Any more for any more? If not, we shall move on. I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Let's move on then. Your next round is Our Survey Says. Oh, there we go. There's a Back in Black score. Thank you, Andy. 25 points. Well done. Okay, so this time round, I've got a new question for you, of course, and we've got 5 different answers you need to guess from the survey of 100 people. You can guess these in the comments. Try and stick to 1 guess per person, I'll say. But do put the guesses in the comments and we'll see who can get the top answer and how quickly we can work out all 5 of these for this particular game. If you get it wrong, you will get the old X coming up, but let's see how well you go. The question is, name something you pay for on Valentine's Day. Name something you pay for on Valentine's Day. Keep the answers clean, please. Name something you pay for on Valentine's Day. Let's see the comments come in for this one. Okay, here we go. Some answers are coming in already. Good, good, good. Right, let's work this out then. What have we got? Sue and the Donuts have gone with flowers. Chris has gone with dinner. Jan's going with dinner. Eric's forgetting it's Valentine's Day. I suppose you would pay for that. You would. It's not there, but you definitely would pay for that. Again, if you were the kind that care about these things a great deal. All right, so we've got some good guesses have come in. Dinner is one of them that's been guessed. Is dinner on our list? It is the 5th most popular answer. Well done. Maddie says chocolates. Is chocolates there? Yes, chocolates is the 2nd answer. It's not the top answer. Ed says drinks. Is drinks there? No. No, not drinks. We had also, let's go back up, I think it was flowers guess. Sue and the Donuts go with flowers. So let's see, is flowers there on the list? Top answer. Of course it is. Very good. So no, drinks is definitely not there. And we've revealed those other ones now. You've got 2 more to guess. What other things do you pay or buy for Valentine's Day? What could they be? Eric's gone with cards. You buy a card on Valentine's Day? Yes, and it's the 3rd answer off our list. Well done. What else could the survey say for 4? What else? Something maybe a bit more expensive, potentially. Doesn't have to be, but typically would be. Chris has come in there with jewellery. Let's see, is jewellery the correct answer? There we go, you got it. That completes the list. The survey consisted of flowers, chocolates, card, jewellery and dinner. Those were the top 5 based on a survey of 100 people. Well done. Nice and quick round that one. Only the top 5 for that question was needed. We're going to move on to something a little bit different now. If you have been watching anything else I've been sharing, as I mentioned earlier, which I know some of you have, then some of this might be familiar to you, but they are new. So instead of instead of catchphrase with the numbers 1 to 9 and we're removing them, we will come back to that. I will do that again. But what I've got for you is a picture round, and the pictures will be my Mid-Journey AI generated pictures. So I'm going to show you, I've got 3 pictures to show you, okay? The picture will be something that's been created by artificial intelligence based off of the first line of a very famous song. It's AI's interpretation, okay? These are the things I've been doing over on my TikTok and sharing them elsewhere, and I've made some specially for tonight. So here is the first one for you. I hope you can see it clearly enough. You can guess this in the comments. Have a look at that. This is the first line from a very famous song. And I want you to guess the title of the song in the comments. And the first person to get it right gets themselves some bonus points for this evening, okay? I hope even if you're looking at it on a small screen, you can still work out what this is. If I do this in the future, I may rework the screen and do something slightly different so it fills up more of it. But I really wanted to include this tonight and see what you guys thought of this kind of quiz, because I have been doing these elsewhere. The very first line of the song this depicts. I will give clues as time goes on. Sue has gone with Missing. It's not called Missing. No. Think about what is in this picture. What have you got? It's a classic rock song. I would define it as. Very impressive picture, Chris. I have no idea. Runaway Train, Jan says. No, good guess. Good guess, but no. It's a classic rock song that has been covered many, many times. Very iconic introduction. Well, the whole song really, but yeah, it's a very, very popular song. Crazy Train, no. It's not Crazy Train. Take a look at everything in this picture. It's late at night. She's on her own. She's about to take a train. A late night train of some description. She looks lonely. Can't believe it's taking you this long. I know some of you know this song. Oh, excuse me. No, not Night Train. Not Midnight Train to Georgia, but you're getting closer. Not necessarily with the title of the song, but the lyrics. Who else? It's not Last Train to London. Who else took a midnight train? You've got the words right there for the lyrics, but not the title of the song. But who else took a midnight train? This is free software, by the way. Anybody can do this. You can go on to Mid-Journey and get it to create any image you can think of. Just give it a description of anything and it will create something for you in different styles, and it's amazing. It really is clever stuff. It's not always perfect, but most of the time it's incredible. You'll see some of these other ones that are coming up. Okay, Ed's gone with Don't Stop Believing. It is Don't Stop Believing. Well done. Journey's classic hit. Yes, just a lonely girl, or just a city girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. And it is indeed Don't Stop Believing. Well done. All right, let's bring up another one. This is your next one. This one, classic rock and roll song. Well, from a rock and roll band, I'd say. Played out, gets played way too often in my opinion. one of the biggest bands in the world over the years, and they are not all with us anymore. There's some clues to get you going. What's in the picture? This is the first line of the song again. Or the first lyric. Technically it's the first 2 lines, I think, of the song. Lady Madonna. Good guess, Chris. Good guess. No, it's not right. In the words of Roy Walker, it's good, but it's not right. No, Sue and the Donuts have gone with Lady Madonna as well. You're on the right lines. It's not Bohemian Rhapsody. Maddie's gone Lady Madonna as well. No. The song, the song's lyrics don't mention the title of the song immediately. But this person depicted here, and the words, although you can't read those words, they're not actual words. It can't actually put sentences together. It doesn't do words as you know them, because otherwise you could get it to create potentially copyright infringing things. So it deliberately can't do. It won't make words that make sense. But where there's text there, it's there for a reason. Jan says living on a prayer. It's not right. But it's the first line of the song, remember, not the first line of the chorus. I should do that one though, shouldn't I? I haven't done that one yet. I've done a few of these now, but I haven't done that one. Sue's gone with Let It Be. That is the correct answer. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary calls to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Words of wisdom, there's Mary. There you go, let it be. Very good. Sue and the Donuts, you get yourself a bonus point. All right, this is the last one then, guys. And probably my favourite one. This is amazing. Look at this. Oh. I don't know. This might be even trickier to get. Although it is still a very popular song, I wouldn't do anything obscure because I want you to feel like you've all got a chance to get this right. It's not a new song. I think it's 80s. I'm pretty sure it's 80s. There's a reason. The reason why I've got my this here as well on the far right hand side. I'll explain that in a moment once you get this right. Let me just check. Making sure I'm not showing you the answers. It was released in 1989. Yeah. It does look like a great album cover. Oh, you'd be amazed how many times this happens. Honestly, absolutely love it. Anything could be a great album cover that's made by this, honestly. In fact, the previous 2 pictures could have both been good album covers. This is how good this stuff is. But what's going on in this picture? What is it that's burning or on fire? That's the biggest clue. The second part of the lyric isn't really represented here. But the first part certainly is. There's a very famous song that starts with what's happening in that picture. Some of you might be realising what the lyric is now and singing it to yourself in the head, trying to work out what the song's called. Released in 1989. Pop, kind of slow song. It's been covered a few times as well. We Didn't Start the Fire is good, but it's not right. But I mean, it was always burning since the world's been turning. I mean, I'll tell you what, if I put it into Midjourney, it'll probably come up with something similar. It's a very good guess. But no. The very first line of this song starts with what is happening in that picture. What is it that's on fire? Keywords there. It's not the earth that's on fire. Although it is earth, the lyric is not earth that's on fire. It's called something else. Funnily enough, that is a song from '89 as well. Sex on Fire. It's not Kings of Leon. It's not Sex on Fire. No, it probably wouldn't do a good interpretation of that, to be honest. And I dread to think what it would come up with if I did ask it. But again, it's the first line of the song, not the title of the song. All right, this song was covered. I'll give you another clue. This song was covered by who was it? I think it was covered by the lead singer of Slipknot, for those who know their rock. Words on Fire, How About Yours? No. World's on Fire, How About Yours? No, it's not that. But The World is on Fire is the first part of that lyric. Or The World Was on Fire is the first part of that lyric. So you're almost there with this one. Lots of people have covered this song. That's the most famous one I know, at least, anyway. Celine Dion covered it a couple of years ago, or sang a song with the same title, at least. Stone Sour, there you go. Yeah, Stone Sour have covered it as well. Stone Sour featuring the lead singer of Slipknot. Theory of a Dead Man covered it as well. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Him covered it in '97. Lots of other people who I don't know have covered it. Alright, I'm going to have to give you some more clues then. Let me give you some other songs that this person has done. Or albums, in fact. Heart-Shaped World, Forever Blue, San Francisco Days, Silverstone, First Comes the Night. These are all albums by this person. Beyond the Sun, Speak of the Devil, Mr. Lucky. I can go on to singles. Struggling with this one. Jan says, I know. You know. Quick, put it in the comments. I'm going to give more clues. Live albums, compilation albums, singles. Okay. But I don't know the title of the song. Oh no. Okay, here are some other songs by this same artist. Dancing, Gone Riding. I don't know. Have you got the right one? You Owe Me Some Kind of Love, Living for Your Lover, Blue Hotel, Lie to Me, Heart Full of Soul, Don't Make Me Dream About You. That was the single before this one. Blue Hotel, Lie to Me, Dancing, Can't Do a Thing. I mean, really, there's only one song, and it's this song this person's known for. Did a cover of Santa Claus Is Coming to Town as well. That's really it. There's quite a few other songs, but you might not know them all. Ah, Jan says it's Chris Isaak, but damn. So what's the name of the song now? Because somebody else is going to get it. He's forgotten the title. Name the most famous song by Chris Isaak, because that is the answer. Wicked Game. Yes, there we go. Andy and Eric both in there very, very quickly. Must have been seconds apart. The world was on fire, nobody could save me but you, is the picture that's been created there by Midjourney. Now, very well done. You get Andy and Eric. I'll give you both bonus points for that one because you both came in within seconds of each other. Okay, yeah, so just very quickly, you can't really make it out, but on the right-hand side there, I've just got screenshots there because I'm sharing what my TikTok feed looks like. Each of these videos is a different quiz video that I've created, okay? You don't have to actually have the app to watch these quiz videos. You can watch without logging in. You can just go to tiktok.com, I think it is. tiktok.com /bigquiz19. And you can just click and watch any of these videos and they're all there and you can just have a listen to the questions and see how you do. They're very quick videos, they're normally less than a minute. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a glimpse of what that looks like, so you can understand why I keep talking about it, because there's so much stuff there. There's hundreds of them I've posted now. So yeah, if you're ever bored, that's there for you as well. All right, let's jump over to the last page. And now it is time to say our goodbyes. So thank you all very much for coming along to this quiz. I'm delighted that we didn't have any technical faults. It was perfect all night, I think. So I'm well happy with that. I think I'll just make sure everything's like this next time and we'll be good to go. Let me just check the last few comments here. Andy says, I can hear it now. Jan says, next time, please do it with the lyrics from the chorus. Yeah, see, that's... Yeah, it's not a bad shout. I might do that for some songs as well. What app is it, Chris? Okay, you want to go to TikTok is what it's called. So TikTok. And if you just search for Big Quiz Night In, then when you're within the app, then you can on there you can follow me and you can see all the videos, watch them anytime. There's a whole bunch of other stuff there. It's very, very popular, and it's a good way also for the latest news to be shared from people that you wouldn't necessarily see shared on mainstream media. For example, what's going on in Ohio right now, if you don't know about what's going on there, it's pretty crazy, and it's a lot worse. So be mindful of what's going on in America right now. It's a lot worse than is actually being reported in mainstream media. So it's a good app for a lot of things. Can also be a bit of a time waster. But my stuff is good fun and light-hearted, as always, just like this, but very short video clips. TikTok, TikTok. If you have any questions about it, please message me. I'll gladly help you out. That was really good fun, Andy says. Challenging. I'm not so sure I'm good at those. Yeah, well, these are all of the most recent ones I've been doing. You can probably see some of them in the Facebook page, the videos I've been posting there too. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. Love that last round, Eric says. Good. All right, well, I'll do some more of those then. I won't get rid of catchphrase, obviously. We will do it again, but they take a bit more time to prepare, believe it or not, because I have to find the right kind of content to put there, whereas these songs, there's infinite songs I could choose. So whilst I've got access to Midjourney, I'm going to make a bunch of them, I think, and use them here and on other mediums. So, yeah, good. Well, I'm glad you all had a good time. Thank you all for joining me. You didn't know that was the title for that one, Jan. Well, there you go. You've learnt something again there. And thank you to Christina, you say, for giving you the green light for our meetup today. Yeah, she just was perfectly fine with it. I didn't even have to ask. She was just assumed I would and was perfectly happy that I would. So we'll pass on your thanks. I'm very glad it all went to plan. Right, okay. I'm going to go. Thank you all so much, guys. Take care of yourselves. I will be back next week with another Facebook Live quiz. It's a Patreon quiz after that, so I will be obviously separately there, but there's plenty of time if you want to join us for that. It's all good fun. £2 a month is the minimum entry for it, and it's a video call where I present totally different quiz and game show, more game show related rather than quiz related stuff in the Patreon quiz night. Again, if you want to know more, send me a message. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Patreons, look out for your behind the scenes video. I'm going to post it now.